say moving on to the knockout rounds. Drafters. It's Dan, it's JP, and even though JP's wearing a shirt from the other football, we're both still pretty stoked that the Americans have already made it through to the next round in the World Cup. Me more so than you, but still, that's kind of how it goes sometimes when you're playing different sports. And a little reminder, this is not a beer. It is afternoon on a Saturday, so hypothetically I could have one, but I'd felt like a soda today instead.
Oh, dude, I don't think I've had one of those in over a year.
Honestly, it's because I needed something to crack open for the show. I can't really do the same if I'm just
I made a second thing of coffee, so you're going to hear my Yeti clinking around.
Yeah, I usually do hear that. I have to edit out that half the time. But what we're talking about today is not soccer, right? Although it seems like people responded well to me talking about how American football isn't as popular as soccer because it just costs more to play. But tell you what, dude, it has been fun to watch the World Cup. And the one thing that this reminds me of is we do have fans who are capable of cheering and doing some damage, right? We just need to get better at the way that we do our cheers and things to keep up with some of the other countries, which is why I offered something on Instagram yesterday as my little take on Waltzing Matilda to talk about beating Australia, but I'm not going to reprise that right now. You're going to have to go on the gram to find that out. I know you're chuckling because I sent that to you. And again, got to have a good time, right? And that's how we like to do things here. We also like to go through and talk about everything that's going on in the NFL, but not in the same way everybody else does, right? Everybody else is going through OTA stories. I saw another one, dude, another one of those trades that could shake things up that might already be in the works. I'm like, guys, they still have nothing to write about this time of year. And again, it's because we're in that window where there's some mini camp stuff happening. There's some mandatory stuff going now. So you do see guys showing up who were holding out of the voluntary program. So Sweat showed up to the Cardinals along with Jacoby Brissett, stuff like that. So maybe all that hullabaloo, if you will, is water under the bridge, so to speak. But last episode, we went through all of the position groups in the NFL to kind of get an idea of how their outlook is for the next 3 seasons or so, which took way longer than we thought it would to get through the offensive line, especially the interior of the offensive line. So
yes, it did.
We're going to try to correct that a little bit with this one. As we start with the interior defensive line, are we doing this the same way, by the way, where
just
I'm
give
them
to me in 4-packs, and I'll just
and
tell
then
you.
You're going to laugh. Awesome.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, when did you get that jersey? Because I don't know if I've seen you wear that one recently.
Oh, before last season started.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
I think I wore it on the show. It's when I went on my rant about how they don't have, I guess the
sizes. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know, like because it's not. It's the size is the same, but I guess it's just the levels. I forget what they are.
Right,
I don't know if they're like elite and game and replica. I don't know what they are, but whatever one it is that I order, where I have like the St. Brown, the Sewell, the Hutch, those 3 in an extra large fit beautifully. Now, my Brian Branch, my Jack Campbell ones in an extra large, it's a different tier. They don't offer those in the top, or it's not even the top tier. I think it's the second from the top tier is the one I like. But it's so bad. It's not form fitting. It's so baggy. It drives me nuts.
It's almost like you throw some shoulder pads on under there or something.
Yeah, you could. You really could. So,
well, it's a good thing you're wearing a linebacker jersey today because we are going to talk about linebackers in a not yet. We're starting with the interior of the defensive line, the big boys, right? And for me, okay, I'll give you the bottom 4-pack. It's Vegas, Minnesota, the Giants, and San Francisco.
Before we go through these, I was trying to, because my earbuds were dead before we did the show, so I had a lot of time to think before we were doing it. I just have a gut feeling that this is going to be way more casual than offense. Like, I feel like with defense off the top of my head for each positional group, like there's certain teams where I'm like, yeah, they're clearly the best, and these ones are clearly the bottom, and then everything in the middle, like I feel like there's going to be someone that you might have at 18 that I might have at 27. I'd be like, okay, I'm fine with that. You know what I mean? Like, just there's bigger tiers. That's what I'm getting at. Right.
So I think we're flip-flopping our logic. Like last time, I'm like, I don't care if it's 10 off. You're like, I don't care if it's 10 off on defense. And I do agree with you that for certain positions, it's definitely different tiers. Now, I do want to clarify, though, for this bit, for defensive line and edge rusher, if a team runs mostly a 4-3, the defensive line are the 2 inside guys, the edge rushers 2 outside guys. If a team runs mostly a 3-4, I'm incorporating all 3 guys in the interior of the defensive line as the ends and the nose tackle. As the D-line, and then the outside linebackers are who I classify as the edge rusher.
That's
that's kind of
tricky
how I
too
went through
because
it. Just so you know that when we get to linebackers, then it's the 2 inside linebackers or it's all 3 linebackers if they have like the 2 edges. So there might be a
linebacker's
little bit
easy.
of discrepancy with that. Well, I'm saying is like there might be a little bit of discrepancy with trying to figure that out, but that's why if there's a team that you think is horribly out of place because we're misrepresenting a guy in an area, we'll go through that too. And that's part of the fun with multiple defenses.
I bet the hardest one's going to be the DBs because, like, Nickelback
Mm-hmm.
traditionally is with, like, the cornerbacks in most people's minds.
But
so I guess maybe I'll try to do it that way. But, like, for example, think about, like, Derwin James, Nick Manowari, Cooper DeJean.
He's just a hybrid angel. So,
but I agree that James and Omanawari are more safety than corner, but they play in that nickelback spot, so that's where it's going to get messy. But all right, anyways, give me the bottom 4.
And just when we get to that point, we'll talk about that. So the bottom 4 for D line, and again, like we said, we're talking about it's either all 3 of the big boys if they run a 3-4, or the 2 tackles if they run a 4-3. It's Vegas, Minnesota, the Giants, and San Francisco. And
Vegas, I have dead last. Minnesota's down there in the bottom, I would say for sure, just because Banks and you got 2 rookies in theory.
Exactly. 2 rookies, neither of whom we were that high on because not sure about Banks' injury history, and Orange is just a giant piece of citrus.
Giants, Alexander Reeder, no.
Because
who's the 4th one?
San Francisco.
San Fran, only because I haven't seen much from Halton. Yeah, they're down there too. There's one other team off the top of my head. I'm curious to see where you got them because I have
Halton
someone else that's right.
Up.
I got another team that's right in this tier too. So what's your next 4? Well, I'm completely on board with that.
Yeah, Miami, New Orleans, Washington, Jacksonville.
Okay, you didn't get. I love that you're dissing on New Orleans because Brise,
my boy Brian.
Christian Miller though.
Look, Brise still has a chance to be a like sub package 3rd down, rushing lineman, but that seems to be it for him at this point.
I don't. Yeah, so Christian Miller could move him up eventually, but we haven't seen him play yet. Yeah, Miami, totally on board with that. Grant did not impress. Who are the other 2?
The other 2 were both Washington and Jacksonville.
Man, you still haven't said the other one that I got super low on. Jacksonville. I mean, Armstead. I'm fine with that.
Armstead,
I would disagree. My first disagreement would be Washington. I think I'd have Washington probably in my top 12.
Washington is in your top 12,
maybe. So I'm doing it off the top of my head. I've always really liked Javon Kinlaw. I know that he's had his moments where he's been good. He's had his moments where he's been bad. He's had his moments where he hadn't been on the field, but I'm still a believer. Deron Payne, I'm a believer in too, and I actually like Settle.
Deron Payne is the one that I like.
And Settle I like as a 3rd guy. He's fine. Yeah, but as a 3rd guy?
They're definitely not top 12. I could be convinced to move them up closer to the middle, but they're definitely not top 12.
I'm doing it off the top of my head here. See,
why do you think I took notes? Because I knew I'd forget about guys, but I didn't. So.
But there's one glaring team that's easily in my bottom 6, bottom 10 guaranteed that you still haven't said. That Washington destroys this team.
We're still in the bottom 10. So the next 4, it's Green Bay, Indy, Arizona, and the Chargers.
Aha! You finally got them. I do not. Chargers would probably be in my bottom 6, dude. I do not. I do not like what they own in there. I totally disagree with Green Bay though. They've got a shot at my top 12 too. Wyatt's good. I really like McClellan. I know you haven't seen him yet, but Wyatt's really good, man. And
Wyatt is the good
and you
one.
Still got Brooks there.
We love Carl Brooks, but Carl Brooks
who are the other 2?
Never been a starter. So the other 2 in that grouping are Indy and Arizona.
Arizona, man, I love that they got Lopez back. I really wanted Detroit to keep him. Walter Nolan, we didn't get to see a ton.
Be great.
Neither one of us were high on Robinson. I would probably have Arizona just a little bit higher just based on potential, but I get why you have them there. Who was the other one?
That's the reason why is because Arizona has yet to show that potential is where I'm coming from.
You said Indy?
Yep.
Yeah, Buckner's just getting older. I can't argue with that. So far, the two that I disagree with the most would be Washington and Green Bay. Carry on.
Okay, well, it's all right. It's fine. I like it when you're wrong. 20 is Houston, 19 the Jets, 18 is Atlanta, and 17 is Detroit.
So Houston, man, I really like Rankins, but he hasn't quite been what I thought he was going to be. And the rest,
Right.
I'm not too high on. The
No,
Jets,
they could be higher next year.
Yeah, the Jets are. I love Tavondre Sweat, but I think you probably have them probably where they would go.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Just because they don't have a ton that I like beyond him.
No.
So that's Houston and the Jets. I know we'll save Detroit. Who is the other one? Atlanta. Yeah, I love the flashes I'd seen from Dorless, but I think you probably have them in the right
flashes
area too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I would probably, man, dude, I think I would probably have Detroit potentially up there in the top 12 too, and that makes me sick.
Because you really got a lot of faith in Tyleek, huh?
No, that's the sick part. I was annoyed when they picked him, but I love McNeil, and I know he's coming off the injury, but I'm just trying to think like off the top of my head, the other D line class. Man, what number do you have them at?
17. I got them. I put them in the middle because.
So if I had them around 12, I wouldn't be that far off. But yeah, I think they might be in my top 12 too.
I had him in the middle because, again, the good guy is coming off injury, and the other guy has yet to show you much. And again, some people are obviously apologists for him saying he's a run stuff or whatever, but it's just he could be better. Detroit's a team that could definitely be top 10 by the end of the season, but right now they haven't shown enough for that.
I agree.
16 is Carolina, and then Tampa's 15, Baltimore 14, Cleveland 13.
So Carolina has Brown and nothing. So
exactly.
Lee.
That's why he's there in the middle.
Did they draft Lee? Hunter Lee?
I believe they've got him, but again, I didn't put a ton of stock.
Yeah, you got them right. But I would definitely have Detroit above it. Brown's better than both Detroit's, but he's also had his injuries, and they got nothing else. So I guess that'd be my argument there. So Carolina, who else?
Mm-hmm. Tampa, Baltimore, Cleveland.
And obviously, I'd have Washington and Green Bay above Carolina too.
Yeah,
Tampa. Oh man, they would be border. Kansas let me down. I love Vita Vea. I love Vita Vea.
But Vita's getting old.
I know he is, that's probably right. So Carolina, Tampa. What are the other two?
I wanted Tampa higher. I wanted Tampa in my top 10 because I love their guys, but I don't love where they're trending. Right? Tampa, and then Baltimore, Cleveland.
Oh, Cleveland. Yeah, it's probably spot on. I mean, I like what I had seen from Mason Graham, but we only got a small sample size.
Right.
But Baltimore, I think I would have to have Baltimore borderline in my top 6 just because Madubuike is a monster.
He is an absolute beast.
Yeah, Jones and Washington, but Madubuike, he's guaranteed top. They're guaranteed top 10 because of him.
He is an absolute beast, but I guess I don't have enough, and admittedly, I ranked them toward the beginning, so that might be part of it, but I don't have a ton of faith in the other two guys.
Jones or Washington?
Travis Jones is all right. Jones is all right. Washington's not, so that's kind of why I had them right outside of the top 12.
I think I'm keeping them in the top 10 area just because of Madubuike. Mm-hmm. He's so
I could see moving him up. I mean, he's one of the best interior guys. He's only 28 and a half-ish, so he'll still age okay. In the next 3 seasons, he'll still be, in the end of his peak, so to speak. So he should still be okay there. 12, it's Buffalo, and then Chicago's 11, Seattle 10, Kansas City 9.
Buffalo. I'm super on board. What number that you got him at?
12.
12. See, they're guaranteed top. They're a chance for top 6 for me. I know they'd be in my top 6 because I love.
There's still a lot.
I love Ed Oliver. I love T.J. Sanders. Walker ended up looking better than I thought. So as the third guy, at least in my opinion, they would be top 6 for me. What are the other
guys for teams that I like? I agree with you. However, when you look at it, we don't know enough out of the other guys yet, and that's why there's.
But I feel like I do.
All right. Chicago, Seattle, Kansas City.
Kansas City, I would have a lower because it's Jones and a rookie who I haven't seen yet. And Jones is older.
He is older, but he's still. Yeah. He's regardless of he's one of the guys that I didn't factor age in as much on because he's been as good as he's been for as long as he's been. And he is sitting, he's 32. So yeah, he's going to be 35 by the end
I
of
would
this
have them
window,
lower.
but I still feel like he is good enough to put them in the top 10.
Yeah, I couldn't do that. I'd have them just outside the top 12. They'd be top 16. And Chicago would probably be around the middle of the pack 16 for me too. I mean, while I like Dexter and Jarrett, I don't think either one of them like are super like elite by any means, and it's hard for me not to like, like the Matabuikes to have them in there, and like they got the two good guys. Like I even look at Buffalo. Right. I think Buffalo's got potentially 3 good guys. I don't know. Like I said, I'd have Chicago around 16.
Yeah, Chicago has had more production. Seattle.
Oh, you're a hater. I'd have Seattle. Seattle's.
Oh, got to remember probably 10.
I know. They're probably sitting at like 7 for me, somewhere in there. Okay. I like Byron Murphy. I like Jerron Reed, but yeah, they're definitely top 10. Okay. All right. Carry on.
All right.
No major complaints there.
8, I've got Tennessee. Pittsburgh's at 7, New England 6, Denver 5.
Whoa, New England at 6? I would have them like not even in my top 16. They have Barmore and that's it. And he's
I don't know about that.
I'm not super high on him.
No, they don't just have Barmore. They've got Barmore and they've got Milton Williams.
Okay. I'm not super high on him. I'd probably get some salty about how much money they gave him for agency.
No, fair enough. He got overpaid, there's no doubt, but he's still solid.
They're still not making my top 12. I got stuck. Once you said New England, I heard nothing else. Give me the 3 real quick.
Tennessee, Pittsburgh, and Denver.
Pittsburgh, I'm super on board with that. I love them. Denver, I'm actually surprised you had them that high. I don't think I'd have Denver in my top 12. They're kind of like in the Chicago area around 16, 17. Pittsburgh, Denver, Tennessee, huh? That's kind of like the Matabuike thing. I mean,
the man who just basically got paid again.
I've basically been arguing for a couple of years that Simmons might be the best defensive tackle in football. If you ask me,
he got paid like it finally, so
he
that's
should
good for him, right?
Yeah, I can't argue with that, but I would definitely argue with Denver.
See, and again, I don't know about that. New England, I think you're undervaluing because of the contract piece there. But so it's which part of Zach Allen, Malcolm Roach, and DJ Jones do you not like?
I like Allen probably the best. I do like him quite a bit, but I don't know. It's just none of those guys terrify me, and that's kind of how I go into this.
Right,
like if I'm an opposing team, like who am I worried about? And maybe that's why I elevate the Justin Simmons, the Matabuikes, things like that. I'm like, okay, I have to plan for that guy. I don't see anybody in like the Denver that I have to plan for.
Right. That's where the fun part comes in. Is I'm looking at him from the whole unit, whereas you're like, who is the tent pole, and are the other guys incompetent or not? So
I look at the whole unit. I'm just saying I'll elevate it if there's somebody who's got fear factor in there. You get a boost.
Mm-hmm.
There's no fear factor with Denver.
Right. We're gonna go 2 and 2 here, just because it's more fun to do that way when you get to the top. Right. So at 4 and 3 is Cincinnati and Philadelphia.
Cincy and Philly. Okay, well, I disagree. All right. Cincy's got a shot for top 6 for me because I know I love Lawrence, and I've argued him as being one of the best few D tackles too.
And when you think about it,
Allen, they got Allen too.
Allen's very good too, right?
Yeah, like I said, I have them in my top 6 for sure, probably.
You're hating on Philly though.
Well, okay, give me your next 2? No, Philly I'd have higher.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Top 2 for me are the Rams and Dallas right now.
Dallas would definitely be in the top 6, probably top 4. You're right there. They're probably 3 for me, but here's the thing. Okay. For now, I would probably have the Rams at 2 and Philly at 1. But if Aaron Donald comes back, the Rams are 1.
The Rams are 1. Obviously.
Because if you have Fisk, Turner, Ford, and Aaron Donald, that's 1 all day.
Yeah.
But I still think for the time being, the Davis Carter combo until Arnold comes back. Philly would be number 1 for me.
Okay. And again, I'm not debating that because I do think that the top 3 or 4 are actually pretty darn close. I do like Cincinnati because of the duo they've got there now, obviously. With
they'd be top 6.
All right, so you're just wrong about Green Bay because apparently you want to like Green Bay.
And Washington. And Washington, you're wrong.
Oh, yeah, you can be wrong with Washington, too. I'm fine with that. And apparently I like New England way better than you, which this is
Yes.
bizarro day where you like Green Bay and I like New England. So,
Hey.
I mean, actually I like New England normally, but still, it's where it gets to be fun. All right, edge rushers. This one should be entertaining.
This is
last place,
yeah.
last four. We'll do last four. San Francisco, Washington, Miami, and Tennessee.
Oh god, San Francisco has so much potential and just doesn't work out
But
because
just
they have
no
one stud
production.
who's hurt all the time, and the other one's supposed to be a stud that I don't like.
Right.
I think bottom four is too low, but I'm not going to argue against it. San Francisco, Washington, Washington, Owe, then Chase on. Come on, I mean they paid it. I'm salty. They should be higher, but yeah, you and I are going to factor in money in that all day. I can't argue with you. So, who are the other two?
The other two are the Dolphins and then Tennessee.
Dolphins, yeah. I mean, Dolphins should be higher, dude. Tennessee, and I hate to say that. Chops and Uche, who are basically like the same guy and both do better than what I've ever thought either one of them would do. Dolphins and who else? Tennessee. I'd have the Dolphins sitting probably around like 20.
No, that's very nice of you.
Tennessee. Yeah, I'm perfectly on board with Tennessee down there because they drafted Falk. I do love Johnson. Right. I always have, but he's just never been like the guy. And he has to be the guy because Falk isn't going to be. So, yeah. All right. Carry on.
Yeah. 28's New England, Seattle, Cincinnati, Chicago.
What in the hell? Okay. I was joking. I had to put on a show because I love Gabe Backus, but yes, Landry's old. I don't care about Jones. Yeah, no, they're down there. All right, I heard New England again and nothing else.
Backus has not been helping himself so far. We'll see if he can turn it around. Seattle, Cincinnati, and Chicago.
Seattle, I love. They're just all old.
They're old, and that's what it is. They're down there because of the age.
Cincinnati, yeah, they've got so many. They're like who was the team I was just saying? It's all high potential guy. This is not working.
Well, and this also they're the Green Bay wide receiver room, right, where they have a bunch of twos maybe twos at best when it comes to all their guys.
Sorry, I was laughing in my head on Cincinnati. I missed the other one too. Would you say Green Bay or Chicago? Yeah, Chicago's down there, dude. They've got with Sweat and Booker. Yeah, no, they're down there. Carry on. No complaints.
New Orleans, the Jets, Arizona, and Carolina.
New Orleans. Jets, yeah, because you haven't seen Bailey yet.
Right.
Carolina, they're definitely down there. I mean, Scorton was better than I thought. Princely's worse than I thought. Phillips is always hurt.
Right. Potential, no results.
Jets, Carolina, New Orleans, Arizona. You said, and Arizona. Arizona's definitely down there. I mean, Collins just hasn't worked out. They got Sweat and one of the other. They got
Sweat
BJ
wants out.
So. I actually like Ojolari, but yeah, Sweat wants out. That's rough. Yeah, Granderson and Young, that's the best combo we've had so far. Is that your highest one too?
No, it's actually the lowest out of that grouping.
Oh, out of all the teams we talked about based on like
Granderson's
future, like
too.
I know, but all these teams are bad so far.
Yeah, Carolina's at the top of this grouping because I believe in the young guys figuring it out. But
dude, is San Francisco the best one? Dude, all these are bad. I don't know who I would pick as my top one out of what you said.
I very much agree with you, but I also think it's funny that you think. I think it's funny that the team that you would have at the top of this group is the team I have at the bottom of this group. That gives you an idea of where the back.
No, I don't know. I'm just asking myself.
Back third of the league. Yeah, it's a little rough.
No idea what I'd have.
20 is Kansas City, 19 Tampa, Minnesota, and Cleveland for that group.
Yeah, Tampa, I'm going to have low. Diaby's just can't be the guy. Bain, I don't think he can be. They're like the same freaking guy. Tampa, hit me with the other ones.
Kansas City, Minnesota, Cleveland. Kansas City has Karlaftis, who's all right,
and Felix and R. Mason Thomas and R. Mason Thomas.
No, that's just not
Kansas City. Group. Yeah, I can't argue with that. Verse and Wright with Cleveland, and who was the other one? I missed one.
And then Minnesota.
Oh, Minnesota's hands down the best team that we've talked about so far. Because I like Van Ginkel a lot, and I liked Turner as a prospect. Is that your highest one?
No, actually, I have Cleveland ahead of him. One spot ahead of him.
Yeah, no.
Because I like Minnesota that much.
At least I finally know who my top one is that you've said so far. It's Minnesota.
Minnesota. There you go.
Yes.
All right. 16 is Cleveland, and then Philly. The
I thought you just did Cleveland.
Vegas. Oh, sorry, Indy. Indy, Philly, Chargers, Vegas.
Indy. I would have Indy a lot lower. I like Latu, but he cooled off a lot. And who's their other guy? Arden Key?
Arden Key.
Like,
And they got JT Tuimoloau as well.
That's fair. We haven't seen a ton from him
Yeah,
either.
and that's why they're in the middle for me.
Yeah, they'd be somewhere in the 20s for me. Indy, I forgot everything else. Damn it. Indy, who else?
Philly, Chargers, Vegas.
Yeah, Philly is a sneaky, like, one that I would have probably right around where you have two, because
well. Yeah.
Greenard and Hunt. Yeah.
But but again, those guys could put up numbers, but they haven't. I mean, Greenard has, but the other
Chargers, I love their edge rushers, but max 100.
Right.
Yeah.
Love Thule, max 100. Right. That's why they're in the middle.
Spot on there. There's one other one I forgot.
Vegas is at 13 because we both love Max Crosby, but we don't know how long he's going to be there, and they don't.
And they got. And I actually like Kwity Paye a decent amount, so I have a new number one now. They are the best one so far.
And they are the best one I've said so far. I have them at 13.
Okay.
So
we're finally aligned a little bit. But I would probably see, this is like the D lineman where you get the fear factor.
Right.
The Raiders, granted, you said 13. You said 13, but the Raiders
Max is the scariest guy.
Yeah. They're auto top 12 just because of Max for me.
Well, and again,
seriously,
they would be auto top 12 for me if I knew Max was going to be there for 3 years.
And I like Kwity Paye. So, yeah.
I don't feel as great about Kwity.
I would have the Raiders higher.
Guy. Right.
And he is 12. The second guy.
Well, he is right now, but I'm saying it's like, what happens if Max leaves? 12 is, like they tried already. We'll see. See how this season goes. If they suck again, we'll go from there and see what Max feels like. 12. Buffalo, then Dallas is 11, Pittsburgh 10, Green Bay 9.
Buffalo, Rousseau, Parker, Chubb, yeah, they got to be in the top 12, even though you haven't seen Parker yet. They can't be much higher than that because Chubb is, not in his prime. Rousseau's very solid. Yeah, okay. Dallas, oh man, yeah, Dallas would be my second or third that you said so far. They're top 3 from the ones you said so far because they got my boy Easy, they got Gary, they got Lawrence. Damn, they're definitely up
Barham, there. For some reason having Barham as a middle linebacker in the depth chart right now, which is a little weird to me, but
yeah, I like Dallas quite a bit. They feel like they have a bunch of really good guys. There's just no fear factor, but they got a lot of depth there. What are the other two that I missed?
Pittsburgh and Green Bay.
TJ Watt and Highsmith. That's now the new top one, I think. They're right there with the Raiders, though. Green Bay, Parsons and Van Ness. I would have them in my top 12, but I don't.
No, it's Parsons is the big reason why. Obviously, he's coming off the injury.
And I still like Van Ness. Yeah, I couldn't say they're the best pairing so far. No, I couldn't put them above Pittsburgh or the Raiders. They'd probably be my third so far.
I put them above Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh guys are getting a little bit older. That being said, top 8, it's Baltimore, Atlanta, Detroit, and Jacksonville.
So Atlanta is a curious one. I didn't know what you were going to do with that, dude, because we don't. Yeah.
It seems put it this way. Pierce is only going to get like a little bit of a suspension, not like a full-on craziness, but he also has to show that he's not going to do something stupid again. And he's yet to prove that.
They're 100% top 12 if everything works out because Pierce, Walker, and Azeez Ojulari.
Yeah, and they're young guys. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all young. But that's a scary one. That's probably the one that I just put at 12, just so they're in the top 12, but be terrified. Fair. Who else did you have? Baltimore?
Baltimore is in there.
Baltimore might be in my top 6 because I like Hendrickson, Robinson, and they drafted my guy Zion Young. Yeah,
Hendrickson's getting up there, and Young is a rookie. It's the only reason why they're not higher.
I still like Hendrickson at least for 2 more years. Sure. Who else? That is 2.
Detroit's at 6, Jacksonville's at 5. And Detroit's only at 6 because we don't know what we're going to get out of more.
Yeah, Jacksonville, I love Josh Hines-Allen. And Jerron Walker has moments where he just... Solid. Yeah.
Right.
But
they deserve to be up there.
Hutch and Moore, man, my goodness, like they finally got him a partner, but they've got some sneaky guys who could compete, and like rotate in there too. But yeah, I agree. It's like the Hutch, the Crosbys, the Parsons, and the TJ Watts. Like those are like almost like the auto top 6 guys, just because they're so scary.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I can't argue with any of that.
Top 4, Denver, then the Giants. And the Rams, and I got Houston at 1.
So, Denver, they should probably be where they're at. I like the 3 you got up there at the top for sure. Denver's scary, though, because Cooper got in some trouble, too.
Right.
So I don't know if you factor
Another
that
team that
in,
could move
but
around.
yes,
No, not
Bonito,
yet, but-
Cooper, and Ellis. Yeah, I agree.
Right.
They're top 12 for me too. But yeah, I think my top 3, this would be interesting. I don't think I can't put Houston at 1 just because Hunter is older, but I love Will
Not
Anderson.
that much older.
Hunter? Yeah, he's older.
Dude has not slowed down one bit.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't. But yeah, I think my top 2 would be the Giants and the Rams for sure.
I'd be okay with that because, I mean, I guess I am factoring in that Hunter's going to still be good at almost 35. So
Yeah, I told you he's older.
Yeah.
I don't know who I'd have 1 out of that. Like my gut reaction is to say the Rams at 1 because Garrett is freaking Garrett,
Right.
and I love Young.
Mhm.
So I probably put the Rams at 1, but damn, the Giants got Burns, Carter, and
Right.
Thibodeau.
Right, and you got to figure like that's not going to stay the same for the next 3 seasons, though.
Right, which is why I'm going to say the Rams at 1, Giants at 2. Those are my top 2.
Okay, we're close enough to where I'm not going to throw down on you too much there.
And yeah,
so
Houston
good.
would
Edge rusher,
probably
we're kinda
be
close.
Houston would probably be my 3 because you've obviously got Will Anderson Jr. and he's
Right.
insane.
Yeah.
And I know for a fact that Hunter's got at least another year in him guaranteed.
Right,
And then even he'll
should
probably
give you at
play
least
2
2.
more, and even if he slows down, yeah, I'd put Houston at 3.
All right. Let's rip through linebackers with the beverage break after that. This is your favorite position, so I'm quite curious to see how far off I am on all of your ratings. But we're going to start
Hey,
this off.
I want to start with this. I have
Yeah.
no idea who I think my 1 is yet.
Oh, fun. This will be great. We're going to
No
start it
idea.
off, though, at the other end with 32, and that's the Tampa Bay Bucks. Cincinnati's 31, Pittsburgh's
Whoa,
30,
hold on.
and Indy is 29.
See, Tampa
Linebacker was
can't
tough
be
for
at
me to rank, by the way.
32. Like
I
they'd
didn't wanna
be
put them at
in the
32.
20s because you got Anzalone, and we'll see what happens with Trotter. but
Anzalone's
Anzalone's. I know, but he's got 2 more years in him for sure. They can't
Maybe.
be at 32. I can't
You
believe
did,
that.
neither of us liked Trotter.
No, I know. I'm not saying they're, like I said, they're not in the top 20, but they're not at 32. Who else did you say? I just disagree. with that
Cincinnati
one.
is at 31 with their young
Cincy,
guys
I can't.
that are
Yep, can't argue with that at all.
interesting. Yeah. Some people
Yeah.
probably have them like top half of the league because they
I didn't
believe
like
in the
either
young
one of those
but-
guys.
Exactly.
And
Pittsburgh
Knight
is
is not
30.
as young as you think he is.
Oh, yeah, he's like 27 or whatever.
Pittsburgh, I wholeheartedly disagree with you on.
Okay, explain
They're-
that one.
Because if Peyton Wilson stays healthy, I love
Okay,
that
yes.
guy. And Pat
Peyton
Queen
Wilson
is
stays healthy.
Pat Queen was
Pat
like
Queen
borderline
has been
elite for a while. Then he fell off a little
Abysmal
bit.
in Pittsburgh.
Right.
He's been
Yeah, I know.
abysmal in Pittsburgh. So
But
you're
I
going
haven't
off
given
the
up on him.
name. Okay, you're going off the name and what he
Nope.
has been.
Well,
not what
I've
he
also
will be.
seen. I can't forget what I've seen with them. They're they're like middle of the road. I got them at somewhere around like 16. I would just say,
Okay.
what are the other 2? Damn, I
I
got
guess
to
I'm a
try
bit
not to
salty.
talk about every
I'm a bit
linebacker.
salty, right? No, you're going to. It's fine. I'm good with it. Cincinnati, we already talked about. Indianapolis is the other one. Yeah, and Indy,
Indy.
you could probably have at 32 and it wouldn't bother me. Because they are going off of a rookie
Yeah.
and then not much else.
Indy would be down there in the bottom like 6 for sure for me. All right,
Miami
carry on.
is next.
No,
And then, yeah.
don't you do that to me.
What's
Brooks
wrong
is
with this?
really good, and you got Jacob
Brooks is
Rodriguez.
good.
And I know that Rodrigo's gonna be good. They're top 12. I don't care.
I figured
Top
you would
12.
say something like that. I don't believe as much as you do in Jordan Brooks because I'm still concerned that he's
I
going
don't
to
have to. They got Rodrigo.
Well,
And
they
I
do have
like Brooks
Rodrigo,
a lot.
who's never played it down, and they
Don't
also
care.
grabbed Kyle Lewis, who is out in a waste.
Top 12. Top 12.
Okay. Well, New Orleans, then the Chargers, and Vegas.
New Orleans, yeah. Chargers. I looked at dude Henley and Perryman. And they got
I like
Colson,
him,
but
but-
yeah, he's a no. They're all down there. Same with the Saints because Ellis and Werner. I think.
Right.
Who else you got? Can't argue with those 2. Raiders. I think you're too low on, but I want to put the Raiders at 32 because I am
Explanation?
salty. Because Devin White. I've always loved that guy. He was phenomenal last year. I think he led the whole league in tackles, maybe.
Mhm.
And they brought in Quay Walker and N'Kobe Dean. And, dude,
Right.
if they brought back White too, like that, they'd be top 6.
Yeah. Yeah, they'd be great.
I think you're
Instead,
too low
they're
on the
not.
Raiders, but I'm not going to fight it because I'm super salty. What was the other one I
Fair.
forgot?
Chargers. You already talked about them. So
Oh, yeah. Carry on.
next up is Green Bay, Minnesota, Arizona, and Atlanta.
Green Bay, Cooper and Franklin. Yeah, I can't argue that because
Franklin's
Franklin.
old.
Yeah. The Green Bay. Who else? Arizona. You said
Minnesota.
Arizona.
Yeah.
I'd have Arizona a lot lower between Simon and Wilson.
See, I think those guys are decent. Obviously,
They're decent, but yeah, you've said you've got 4 teams that have above them easily though. Minnesota. You're gonna have to tell me why the hell you have Minnesota so low. They're a top 12 team for me for sure.
my rationale. I
like Cashman a lot. I like Golday as the rookie. I like Pace, and he's technically their 4th guy. I'm forgetting one. Yeah, I'd have Minnesota a lot higher.
Eric Wilson's the other one that they've got.
Yeah, but Golday and Cashman are gonna be. I'd have that, dude. They're top 10 for me.
Cashman's already 30.
I don't care.
And Wilson's 32.
Yeah, I'm not even factoring him in. Golday and Pace. I'd have him in the top 12. Top 12 for sure.
So again, they're not top 12 for me because they're old and young, and not the right combination of either for me.
They're good. Right, what were the other 2 in there?
Atlanta and Arizona.
I already talked about Arizona, so Atlanta. I liked it. Yeah, I can't argue that. I'd have them probably lower too. Go ahead.
All right, so far this is as I predicted, the position group we disagree on the most because you have your love for linebackers and I apparently think they're a little less, a little easier to pigeonhole than you. Chicago's at 20, New England 19, Jets 18, Seattle 17.
Seattle, Jones, and Knight. Man, that's when I don't think Knight's technically in their top 2, but I'm projecting he will be. I would have. Okay, you're not too far
Seattle
off. I might have him a tad higher. Yeah, I might have him a tad higher. New England, Spillane, and Ellis. That's probably spot on just because Spillane's got to be almost done. He looked like he was wrapped up halfway through last year. Who else is in there?
The Jets.
Who are the other 2?
And Chicago.
The Jets in Chicago. The Jets. I think you got Jets way too high because isn't Demario Davis one of the top guys? And he's like 47.
Davis is old. There's no doubt about that.
And Sherwood, I'm not super sold on. No, they're too high.
Mm-hmm. Well,
you probably got 6 or 7 teams you talked about that I like.
I don't know if Demario Davis is ever going to retire.
Fair point. Who's the other one I forgot? Sorry.
Chicago.
Man, is Dan too low on Chicago? You were too high before. I can't say. Bush is like flashed so much, but he always gets hurt. It's basically Edwards, and then you're crossing your fingers. Yeah, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm all right with it, but maybe a little high. Maybe a little high.
16 is Cleveland, and then the Giants at 15, Buffalo 14, Tennessee 13.
Cleveland, dude, I love Schlesinger. Who else is there?
Great.
Williams, yes. Yeah, they're at least middle of the road. Yeah, I can't argue that one too much. In the middle. Cleveland, who else? Tennessee, you said?
Tennessee, but the Giants and Buffalo, and then Tennessee.
Well, Tennessee definitely should be the highest team so far, even though if we're talking about projecting, because Cedric Gray was one of my guys coming out, my sleepers. He's been fantastic. I like Hill a lot too. Yeah. Giants, you said? And Buffalo?
Giants and Buffalo, yep.
Giants, I would man, what number do you have? Damn, Reese and
14.
Edmonds.
Well, and again,
I'd probably have them higher.
Expecting Reese to step in and be great, and that's why I have him at 15 because I'm not sure about him yet.
I'd probably have them in top 12. And you said Buffalo?
Buffalo, yep.
Buffalo's pretty much. I'm actually proud of you. Thank you, Dan. Because everybody says Buffalo and has a huge need at linebacker, and I just call absolute rubbish. Bernard and Williams. I like Dorian Williams. Man,
they're solid.
Just more than most.
I think top half of the league makes sense for them.
They're 100% top 16 for me. Carry on.
Yeah. 12 is the Rams. Baltimore's at 11. Carolina 10. Denver 9.
Denver. Okay, you're going to have to explain Denver because I would have Denver in like the 20s, like the Singleton, and they have like nothing else.
Well, no, Stroud is better than people give him credit for.
Nah, but still. I have a linebacker is a big need for Denver. Baltimore. You said Baltimore? Baltimore would probably be top 6 for me. Baltimore's top 6.
Okay, well,
Roquan and
one at
Ted-I?
a time. Okay, one at a time. First off, well, Ted got hurt last year. Don't forget
I don't
that.
care.
So we're hoping he stays healthy. But Sternat actually had 5 sacks last year in limited playing time. Singleton graded out a 72. They're not bad.
And
in
Singleton's like
Denver.
32 years old.
You're 32 years old. Actually, you probably wish you were. But
Yeah.
be nice. So yeah, I like Denver's guys better than you do. Let's just call it what it is.
Yes, you do. 100%. Who are
Okay.
the other two I met? Oh, well, yeah, I got Baltimore top 6.
Right. Baltimore, I have back there, I think just because I was a little less convinced than you were.
Man.
When it
Baltimore
comes to,
could potentially be in my top 3, dude.
if Ted comes back healthy, they'll move up.
I love Roquan, too.
Yeah, I do love Roquan. Roquan's the reason
Bears
why they're
shouldn't
up as
let
high
him
as
go.
they are.
Yeah,
Roquan's the
they're
reason why
top
they're up
3
as
for
high
me.
as they are.
We'll see. They could be number 1. Who knows?
Yep. And then we've got
There's 2 more
Jacksonville in there as well. In
Jacksonville?
Carolina.
Really? Jacksonville's got Olu, and that is it. They're too
Yeah,
high.
but Olu's spectacular.
He is, but Ventrell Miller is a spectacular problem.
Fair, I'll give you that. But he is that good. Olu's that good that I have him up as high as I do.
What number do you have
then-
at?
I got him at 8.
Yeah, it's too high. I couldn't put him in my top 12. They'd be close
All
to
right.
it, though. They're 12 range. Okay, let's say
13.
that. Top 16
Close
for
enough.
sure.
Okay.
Who's the
Well,
last
then
one that
Carolina's
said?
at 10. And that's because of who they brought in.
Because of Devin Lloyd, and I really
Yeah.
like Wallace. I don't hate that. I
Mhm.
can't argue with that at all.
Right. Okay. Yeah, somehow I accidentally threw no, I did throw that. So 8 is we just did that. So 7 is Kansas City, and then Houston and Detroit at 5.
Kansas City, really?
Dude, those two guys are good.
Tranquil's okay, but Bolton was awesome, and then he started like dipping in play and had some injuries. I think.
I still think he's gonna be all right.
They're top 16. I don't know if they're making my top 12. They're not making my top 12.
Bolton, though, last season still had 150 tackles and graded out a damn near an 80.
I'll give you 12. Let's put Kansas City at 12, just so they're in the top 12. What else did you say there?
They're 7. Houston's at 6, and
Houston
Detroit's
and
at
Detroit.
5.
Houston, I cannot have that high because I'm not that high on
Dude, again,
To'o, but he's
those
okay.
guys are
But
both good.
Aziz, I like a lot, but they'd be top 16 for sure. They're in the top half of the league. They're kind of they're
So you're just
very
putting in
close to
guys you
12.
like and you don't like, not guys who are actually performing well or not.
Not true. No, because you
There's
can't look at
plenty of guys that I
linebacker
don't
grades.
like as much.
Don't look at any PFF grades of linebackers.
No, it's not just
They're
that. I'm
garbage.
looking at tackle numbers. You're looking at production overall.
Yeah, there's more than just
Those guys are
tackles.
better than you think. I'm just saying. Those guys are
No,
better
they're
than you
top
think.
half. I can't put them up there. And then
So, yeah, I
Detroit,
got and Detroit's at
Detroit
5.
at 5.
And that's because Jack Campbell is
Man.
amazing.
I think Detroit. See, this is my problem with thinking about linebackers in the league. I feel like there's about 7 or 8 of them that are just complete game changers, and after that there isn't. So I have to elevate the game change. I would have them at least in my top 4. But right now, my number 1 would either be so far
Hang
from
on,
what you said would be
yet.
no from what you said
Oh, for what I said. Okay, gotcha.
would be Baltimore or Detroit because of Roquan and Jack Campbell are just so good.
This is what you were talking about earlier with the guys that you're putting, the game changers make such a huge difference for you and how you rank them. Fair.
Yep.
Again,
and it's
Detroit,
not
though,
because
plays
I'm
a lot
wearing a
of free
Jack Campbell
linebacker.
jersey.
Right.
Man.
No, we
But
both
Barnes
believe
is
he's
good.
amazing.
I like Rodrigo as a change of pace guy.
He's a good third guy when you need him.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. And that's why they're sitting at 5 for me. Top 4. I got Washington at 4. And this is a projection because Sonny
I can't
Styles.
put Washington above them yet because I like Chenal and Styles a ton. They'd probably be 5
Chenal
or
is
6
very
for
good.
me. They're in my top
Chenal's
6.
very good, and I believe Sonny Styles will be the best linebacker in the league within 3 seasons.
I don't know about that, but he'll be top 4.
Maybe
For
a bit
sure.
bold, but I still feel like it.
Yeah.
Dallas is at 3.
Dallas.
And then-
Dallas, no way, dude. I'd have Dallas not even in my top 16.
Really?
They'd probably
Which
be
part of Overshawn or Winters do you not believe in?
there'd be 17. They're
Really?
both very solid. I just don't know that I believe in them as the guy.
Okay. Overshawn is, they're now, mind you, they're both younger guys, which is one of the reasons why
Yeah.
I'm projecting that they are going to be better, as the seasons go on. And obviously, Overshawn was hurt for part of the season, just kind of came back towards the end. But he's been solid when he's been healthy. And Winters, the only reason why Winters is even on the Cowboys is because of a team we haven't talked about yet, and how
San
stacked
Fran,
they are. So,
yeah,
top
I
two
still
for me.
they're middle of the road. They're like 16, 17.
Yeah,
for me.
you're middle of the road. Disagree on that, which is funny because I usually don't defend Dallas in any way, shape, or form. So super annoying.
You are today.
Yeah, it's just a weird episode. All right, Philly's at 2 and San Francisco's at 1.
Philly at 2? Yeah, they're definitely top 6 because they got Campbell, they got Vaughn, they got Trotter. They're definitely top 6.
Trotter's a backup is nice.
And who was the other one you had there?
San Francisco.
San Fran. Yeah, because of Warner and Greenlaw. Dude, you know what I just realized having done this? Don't know who my number 1 is because Warner, I don't know if he can stay on the field anymore. Otherwise, that would be the number 1 if you told me, and he's a little older.
I still think he's 29 and a half. I still think he's going to be there for 3 years. I don't know if he's going to do much past that point, but I still feel like he's got 3 years.
They're definitely in the top 3. I might blanket just put San Fran at 3 because I don't know if I trust the health. But my top 2, dude, might be in Detroit and Baltimore. But you know what the craziest thing about this is?
What's that?
It is a projection because one of them's a rookie. But when I'm looking at like beyond 3 years, like excitement, I like Tennessee a lot. And they're
going to be fun.
And I like Minnesota a lot. Where were the Giants? Oh, yeah, we talk about the Giants because that's the Reese.
Giants are in the middle for me because Reese. But I'm again, I'd say I like the idea of what Minnesota can be. I just don't know if they're going to get there. And then Tennessee is exciting.
I like Minnesota.
And obviously for me, Sonny Styles is by far the most exciting rookie for me. I know a lot of people know Reese, but I like Sonny better.
There's no definitive 1 here. I don't, you know what I mean? I think you could have like 7 or 8. Like the definitive 1 is San Fran. I'll agree with you on that, but that's if Warner stays healthy. But beyond that, so put San Fran at 1. But after that, like, I really think it's Detroit and Baltimore. Detroit and Baltimore, just because.
Like most of the team, because most of these I'd have the high end, the low end, and then have to figure out the middle. This one, a lot of them were in the middle, and I had to figure out the highs and the lows, which is why some of the names may have been a little different than what you wanted. Before we jump into the secondary, let's take a little beverage break there, sir. You apparently have some beer to talk about.
I think so. Just because I've been sitting on a bunch. I'm going to scroll back, or I'm going to scroll from the top, most recent to earliest to latest, I guess. I have a husky doing weird stuff.
That sounds about right.
So I will say this, just to catch up. I had the Michaelangel-Okie. I finally said that for the second time. Good.
Well done, bud. Proud of you.
Prairie Stout. I enjoyed the hell out of this one. I gave it a 4.
What was the tasting note on that one? Like, what was because their stouts are always a little bit different. They said chocolate. I think no, complete opposite. Wrong, Michelangelo.
Chocolate was one of the tasting notes on there. I got more of like the cocoa, like bitter, like cooking chocolatey stuff. You know, I got some vanilla, some coffee. It's like the caramel came through in the end. That was like the finish. But the cool thing is none of these things were like overpowering. Like they were all balanced very well, and this was not sweet.
Interesting. Which is impressive.
All the stuff that's
vanilla, pecans, cocoa, coffee, caramel.
The sweetest part is the finish with the caramel. Okay. But everything else was very nice. I enjoyed that one a lot. Now, on the other hand, I did have Pillow Talk by Prairie. It's a respectable grade. I gave it a 3.5. But this is the pastry stout. My problem with this one was it was heavy into the sweet. And
gotcha.
It was like, if you did, this is the classic, if you had a flight of this, like that's really good. And then beyond that, you'd be like, man, I'm ready for this one.
Oh, yeah. I think I may have had this one because the peanut butter marshmallow, right? I loved the idea of like the fluffer nutter type vibe that it gives off. And there's no one's actually called that. But yeah, I can see where that would have been too sweet for you.
Another Prairie, I was living in Oklahoma apparently for recently.
Right.
I had the Midnight Temptation. Dude, this is the worst. Did I talk about this one? This might be the worst Prairie beer I've had in a while. It's a 2.75 for me, man. Right. It was so light and thin and just super thin. They claim it's a stout. It
Well,
drank
it
like a
says on
thin
here,
porter that was just
on their
roasty notes.
website. It says chocolate milkshake inspires porter with cacao, vanilla cream, and so much milk chocolate. So they do actually reference porter in that.
I didn't even, thankfully I didn't get a ton of sweet, but it was
Right.
thin and just roasty and like I probably was harsher on it just because it
Sure.
was Prairie and they haven't made like a bad beer, you know?
Right.
And then we talked about the Big Bad Baptist, the macaron stout, right?
Oh, we were doing that one when we had the debate about macaroons versus macarons. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think I'm caught up on all of my
Nice.
beers now because I talked about the 2 bells already. So I'm finally back to even based on what I've consumed.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Good work. I've only got 2 to talk about. Yesterday,
Did you get the Bell's variety pack yet?
No, not yet. It's on my list
Slacker.
of things to go grab. All right. Well, I was focusing on the footy, on the soccer, and yesterday was at Speakeasy in just north of downtown Grand Rapids, which is like the soccer bar in Grand Rapids. The guy who owns it, Easy, the dude, big soccer fan. Like they'll open at 7 a.m. for the World Cup matches when they've been in weird places, and they'll open at 7 a.m. on a Sunday for like the Premier League games that start at noon, stuff like that. So dude leans into it hard, and obviously it was a great spot. I had to wait outside for like 10 minutes to get in because they were already at capacity, and I got there an hour before the game. So it was a good time. We got there. The food menu is amazing at that place right now. They're doing like a tasting menu from different parts of the world with some of the food they've got there. But then the beer's not too bad either. There's 2 on there that I hadn't had recently, and I had to lean into one of those 2 because Stone Brewing, is up in the Pacific Northwest, and they were playing in Seattle yesterday. So I had the Delicious IPA, which fits right with the IPA vibe. Like I don't know if you've had that one from Stone, but it is very much. It is a hoppy, bitter, full on IPA in all the best ways. Like it is definitely. I think I've been leaning a lot more into some of the hazy stuff lately, and the hazies are obviously a lot calmer. And so when you actually drink a proper IPA that's got attitude, it's like, hey, good to see you. And that worked out great because the team had attitude yesterday and worked out very nicely. So that one was probably like a 3.25. It still wasn't amazing, but it was very solid. And then I had one from Ann Arbor. It is the Mothfire Brewing LoLo. The LoLo is a hazy IPA. It's a little hazy. It's a 7.2. They still call it a little hazy. And that one hits all the hazy notes, right? And so especially going from the Delicious, which was a full-on bitter, slap you around IPA, which are great fun, and I love those. This was a much more mellow, little bit of hop in there, a lot of the fruits that you usually get into the hazies, and an easily crushable one to put on the back end. Of course, always dangerous when you start talking crushable at something at 7%, which for you and me, not necessarily a huge deal, but if you're not used to it, that extra couple percent will get you. But yeah, that one was really good, and I love that it was one from Michigan to be able to drink there. So Mothfire, I haven't gotten a chance to get down there in Ann Arbor yet, but it's on my list of places to check out now.
I mean, I want to check it out. That sounds good.
I mean, we're close enough to your end. We could make a road trip. All right, we're going to jump onto the secondary now to wrap things up here. Corners is where we're going to start. And again, like we talked about. This is going to be
tough. I have a feeling this is going to be hard.
For the most part, I tried to look at the players that they had in their nickel, and if the guy felt like more of a corner than a safety to me, which
that's going to be hard for me to do in my head.
Play, size, I know it is. It's hard. So if we have some debates and some people, we'll have a little throwdown. It'll be great. 32, though, Tennessee. Got the Giants at 31, Minnesota at 30, and Miami at 29.
All right, Tennessee, yeah, they're way down there in the bottom 4 for sure. I can't argue with that. You said Tennessee, the Giants.
Yep.
I wouldn't have the Giants that low, but they're definitely in the bottom half. I like Adebo more than you.
Yeah, exactly.
Newsom's okay. Phillips is better than I thought. Hood could be good. Yeah, I would probably have them sitting around like 20.
I think it's the other two? I really just don't like Adebo. Minnesota and Miami.
Oh, Miami is what I would think would be way down there.
Johnson.
But they got Chris Johnson, who I like a lot, and Juju Brents is okay. I mean, they're definitely down in the bottom 10. Right? I don't know that they'd be in my bottom 4. Who was the other one?
And then Minnesota.
Okay, so Minnesota would be – so Tennessee and Minnesota would definitely be in my bottom 4.
Mm-hmm.
Man, the one that I have is my worst team. You haven't even said yet. All
right. Well, let's see if we get him in the next 4. I don't know.
My bottom 2 you haven't said yet.
Ooh, all right.
Off the top of my head. We'll see. Subject to change.
We're already way off. I like it. All right, next four for me, and don't hate, but it's Tampa, Kansas City, Detroit, and Vegas.
I hate three of those. I'm kind of on par with one. The Raiders would be down there. I mean, we'll see what happens with McCoy, but I didn't care for Stokes or Porter all that much. But so I
Right.
can't fight too bad on that. The other three, Detroit. I mean,
What order do you
they'd
want
be
to
in
take
the
them
Detroit would be the bottom half for sure, but I think it might
Yeah.
be a little bit low. Probably because if Reed gets back healthy, I like him. McCreary's a solid nickel, and I really like the addition of Abney, but TA I
Zero
was not on
faith at
board
this
with.
point, man.
Yeah, I
Zero
know.
faith with health, and the guys who are healthy haven't proved themselves yet. So
They're in the bottom half for sure. But what are the other two? I forgot. They're the two I have a problem with. So I want to focus on
Kansas
them.
City and Tampa.
Okay, Kansas City and Tampa would both be in the top half. They're both top 16 for me. Kansas City blows my mind that they would be, but I'm sitting here thinking about it. And I think it's just because
being good.
Well, I
don't
like
know
Noah
yet. He's a
Williams.
rookie.
I like Noah Williams too.
You like him better than I do. There's no doubt about that.
They're not like top 12 by any means. Put them in, the top 16
Right around the
though
middle.
for sure.
Okay.
Who's the other one?
Tampa.
Yeah, Tampa's border. They're probably like almost the same story. Only I like them more than KC, despite Delane probably having the highest ceiling out of any of them. But Zion, McCollum, I like. Morrison, I like. Parrish, I like. They just don't have the one elite corner. So like they're sitting
right.
They're
I'm trying to separate.
They're 13 to 16 to me.
I'm trying to separate guys I like versus guys who produced, and I just was not that impressed with.
Tampa's my
Morrison
favorite
or
team. You
McCollum.
said
I like Parrish. Parrish is probably one I like the best out of that group.
Yeah, Tampa.
24.
It's probably my favorite one so far.
All right, 24.
You still haven't said my bottom two.
I know, this is great. I'm
what
wondering
am I
how long it's
missing?
going to take. Buffalo's at 24, San Francisco 23, 22, the Jets 21, Cincinnati.
Buffalo, that's pretty much spot on. Harrison's okay. The other two, I don't really care for Benford or Alford for some reason.
Sure.
Who else did you say? So
San
Buffalo's
Francisco.
out. San Fran, yeah, that's about spot on. I like Stout a lot. I'm Green and Lenore are okay.
Yeah, and that's what I kind of based it on. I like Stout and
I can't fight it. I'd probably have them
Jets
a touch higher, but not much. Jets are my 32nd team. I love D'Angelo Pons, but I don't like anybody else. I don't like Wright or Stevens. They are dead last for me. And then I have a clear 31 too.
I thought with the Zarrier they had a chance to move up a little bit.
Yeah, I'm putting them at 32. Who is the last one?
Cincinnati. It was at 21.
Cincy. Oh, I've got them higher for sure.
Interesting. Is it because you actually believe in these guys?
I really, 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 really like DJ Turner a lot, and I think he flipped a switch last year where he is infinitely better than he was the previous years. They've got a shot at 12 or just outside of it. They're top 16 for sure for me.
Yeah, and again, I'm less convinced. DJ Turner did have a very good year last year. I'm just less convinced that Dax Hill is a good enough number two.
They're probably my favorite one you've said so far. My top ranked team.
Well, next at 20, I got Green Bay, and then Dallas, Arizona, Atlanta.
Green Bay, Bullard, I like a lot. Are you counting? You counting him as safety or corner?
Bullard is the guy that I like there. Nixon is okay. Valentine is not.
I don't care for Nixon. I actually like Valentine more than Nixon, but I don't like either one. So I would probably lower Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I would lower Green Bay.
I never,
especially if you count Bullard as more of a safety, then they're going way down.
Well, I put Bullard in the corner group.
Okay, then they're okay-ish, but I'd move them down a little bit. Dallas is down there for me, especially if you don't count Downs.
So much potential, right?
Are you counting Downs as corners?
I know they have Downs as a nickel. He's in the safety group. I can't.
Then you're probably too high on Dallas for me.
Well, I still believe in Siobhan. We'll see what Rival can do with a full season.
That's fair. But I'd probably have him a little lower. We'll see.
Sure.
Because I wasn't as high on Ravel as you were either.
Also true.
Arizona, Johnson and Burke, and okay. That's a pretty good spot for them. What was the other one?
Atlanta.
Ooh, Atlanta's low. Because I like Hughes too. You got both Terrells and then you got Hughes. They've got a shot at top 12.
Really? Okay. See, and that's the thing. When I
They're
looked
top
at
16
that,
for sure.
I didn't. I think the biggest piece is I don't have faith in Hughes. He's already 29, and he's okay.
But
I
he's the
don't think
third guy. Otherwise, I
Yeah.
wouldn't.
Well,
If he was one of the top two, it'd be a
but
problem.
you're banking on both bros, and I do think AJ is just fine. But you're banking on both bros being, really good in that case. You got him in the top 12, and I just don't
one
see
of
that.
them is really good already. So
One of
I'm
them
only
has
banking
been.
on the
He
other.
had a bad year last year.
He did, but
So,
he had some really good
just
seasons
saying.
prior to that too.
He
so.
did, and that's where it gets fun, right? That's why I got him in the middle because
So I said, they
wasn't
got a
sure
shot at top
where to
12 for
position
me.
them. Right. Carolina's 16, New Orleans 15, Chargers
Stop,
at 14,
because I'll forget them
and
all.
Cleveland's at
Carolina.
13. Okay.
Carolina, you finally got my 31. So explain why they're so
Really?
damn high. Horn
Explain
is
why
the
they're
only
so
guy,
low.
and I don't like Jackson. Horn has barely played football. Smith Wade, better than I thought, but I'm not like super high. Like my bottom four off the top of my head that I knew was going to be Minnesota, Tennessee, Carolina, and the Jets. I just, in
Mike
my brain,
Jackson
I have that.
Had 5 picks and 11 passes defense last year.
I know,
You
I'm
don't have
just
to like
not.
him to know that he's going to still be all right for a few more seasons. He's not going to make it much past 3 years.
You're too high on them. Give me the other three.
Well, you're too low. All right. New Orleans, Chargers, Cleveland.
New Orleans. Man, I might. New Orleans is probably about right. The Kool-Aid is okay. Riley's is okay. I like Sanker a lot. I don't know if you're counting him in this group or
I
with
counted
safety.
him as a safety.
Okay, then it's
Oh, no,
maybe
wait, no, I did count him in there. That's why they count him in the middle.
Okay, if he's in there, then you're probably about spot on. If he's not in there, then it's too high. New Orleans. What are the other two?
And then Cleveland and the Chargers. Chargers and Cleveland, technically.
Cleveland, I can't. Man, I feel like it's too high, but I like Ward so much. It's probably
and that's why
it's probably about right. Chargers. You're not counting Derwin, right?
No, Derwin's a safety.
Sorry. Then no complaints. If you're putting Derwin in there because he's technically their nickel, then they're you got to move them way up. But okay, all right, carry on.
12 is Washington, then Seattle, Indy, and Chicago.
Washington, Amos. I'd probably have. They've got. Man, they're just outside my top 12. What number are you at for Washington?
12.
Okay, then that's fine because I like Amos. I like Mikey. They got a Meek.
Right.
I like they'd probably be in my top 12.
Sure.
Indy, you said?
Yep.
Indy, man. Wally was one of my sleeper guys, so I'm not going to be fussed about having him in the top 12. Sauce is obviously Sauce. He had a bad year too-ish. Well, like Ward's a year ago. It's like
good.
Yeah. Ward's good. I can't argue with that. So I'm fine with both Washington and Indy. Who are the other two?
Seattle is at 11. Actually, Indy's 10. Seattle's 11, and then Chicago's 9. And again, as for Seattle, I'm not including Emmanuel as a corner. Emmanuel is a safety for me.
Okay, well that changes it a little bit, but I still think Seattle's in my top 6 for sure. Because Spoon and Job.
11, so.
Yeah, I'd have them in my top 6 for sure. I'm trying to figure out who my 1 is still in my head. And then Chicago, you said? Chicago, I think you're a little high on, but I don't hate it. Stevenson has been solid. I love Jalen Johnson. They got Gordon. Johnson's they got Muhammad. I'm fine. Yep. I'm fine with Chicago being there.
Right. 8 is Baltimore, and then Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, New England's at 5.
Baltimore. I don't think Baltimore would make my top 12 because I'm not a big Awuzie guy. Humphrey is probably more of a safety, but also slowed down either way. I like Wiggins, but they're probably just missing my top 12.
They got Chandler Rivers and TJ Tampa as well that I think are going to step up and be better.
And I don't like Rivers, and Tampa just made us both look stupid because we both.
I still have hope. So I also think
I can't have them
being a safety. So
I can't have them in my top 12, but they're top 16. Who else is in there? What I miss?
Pittsburgh, Jacksonville, New England.
Pittsburgh.
Got a lot of faith in Joey Porter.
But he hasn't been like great either. And Dean is, he's solid. Ramsey's more of a safety and older. Dean's old. Yeah, I think you're too high on Pittsburgh.
Well, I also like Dalen Everett. So I like Everett and
I like
Joey
Everett
Porter,
too.
And they're both young guys. And so that's kind of where my mind was going with that over the next 3 seasons. I think those two guys are both going to jump up a tier or 5.
Still too high for me. New England, I get it. New England's in my top 6 because Gonzo, I think, is one of the freakiest corners in the league. I like Carlton Davis. I don't mind Jones as the nickel guy. So I think I'd have New England top 6. There's one other I forgot.
Jacksonville's at 6.
See, I can't do Jacksonville because the
Travis
only
Hunter.
person they got that I like is Hunter, and he struggled a bit / got hurt.
Well, he did get hurt. There's no doubt about that.
I'll put him in
not
the
gonna
top
give him-
16, maybe top 12, but nah, I think they're probably top 16. I don't think I'm having Jacksonville in my top 12 yet. I can't.
I think Brown. Well, Jordan Lewis is still solid for me. I think Brown's better than you give him credit for. Top 4: Rams, Philly, Houston, and Denver.
Okay, so those 4, along with Seattle and New England, are definitely my top 6. The order I
Okay.
don't know, but here's my. Let's go through this. Rams are definitely top 6. McDuffie, Watson, the Kansas City connection, and Lake. I like Lake a lot. Are you counting Lake as a corner or safety?
Yeah, corner.
Corner.
I believe. Actually, maybe not. Dude, too many position groups to look through. Where did I?
Well,
have
either way,
him?
they're still probably top 6. But if he's in
Yeah,
there,
I did.
Lake,
I had him as a
okay.
corner.
So they're top
That's why they're in
4. Yeah, they're top 4. Denver, Moss, Sertain, Barron.
That's why
you got
they're
Barron in
one.
this group.
Yeah.
Are you counting Barron as okay? So yeah, they're
Yeah.
probably 1. Philly's probably 1 for me. Then Denver at 2 because Philly has got
It depends on how you classify
Cooper,
Dejean.
and Tariq Woolen. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Philly's 1.
Okay.
Houston.
And I do classify
Houston.
Dejean as a corner, by the way, not a safety, even though he could be either.
I think I got to put Houston at 2, Denver at 3. Houston, Stingley, Lassiter, and Petrie.
Yeah, Houston's at 2.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna
I
go
just had Denver
Philly,
at 1.
Houston,
Sertan's the best.
Philly, Houston. Man, I don't know. Denver are all close. Yeah, they're the top
Right.
3. They're interchangeable.
Well, at least we can agree
I'm
on
not
that,
even gonna try. Yeah.
We can
And then
at
the
least
next
agree
3
on that.
for me are Seattle, the Rams, and the Patriots.
All right, so the only one we don't agree on in that grouping is Seattle. So fair.
Yeah.
And again,
Well,
that's
Seattle's probably at 6, but I think when I'm doing it off my head, I'm still counting Manowari in there. So I don't.
Yeah, which I
So
don't.
just kick Seattle out and just let's call it a top 5, and I'll figure
All right.
because now Seattle's going to skyrocket in safety, so we might as
Yeah,
well get
well,
into that.
we'll get to that in a minute. All right, so we're gonna start at the bottom of the safety group though, and 32 is Arizona, then Miami, Vegas, and the Jets. And Arizona's down there because Budda Baker's great and also old, and they've talked about moving him about 18 times as well.
Miami's got to be dead last.
They're second to last. Because I believe Arizona's going to get rid of Budda Baker in the next 3 years. But yeah, otherwise
I can't
Miami's
put
bad.
Arizona in my bottom 4 just because of Budda Baker. There's got to be stuff worse, but I'm not fussed about it. Who are the
Vegas
other
and
2?
Jets are the other 2. Vegas and the Jets.
Jets, man, Minka and Cisco. I think you're too low on them, but they're
Minka's
middle
old.
of the road. I know he is. They're middle of the road, probably around 20 for me. Who was the last one?
Vegas.
Yep.
That
Yeah,
one's
Jeremy
hard for you,
Chin,
right?
and that's about it. Yep. Okay,
Uh-huh.
carry on. No
28.
fusses.
Washington, then Minnesota, New Orleans, New England.
Washington, Cross and Harris, yeah. New England, I have higher. I like Woodson and Byard's old, but he's there. They're
Right,
probably
that's one
sitting
of the
somewhere
reasons.
around 16 for me. New Orleans, Reed and Blackman, yup, they're down there for sure. They're down there for sure. Who are the other one? What's the other ones?
Minnesota.
Minnesota, yeah, because it's just Metellus and nothing.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Exactly.
okay. Wow, this is going easier.
At least
than
we're
I thought.
lining up on this one. That's good.
Yep.
Then we've got New England at 25, which we said that.
You said that
And
one. Yep.
then Indies at 24, Kansas City 23, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati.
Kansas City's bad. Connor and Gilman. Pittsburgh, Britzker and Elliott. I don't like hate it. I'd probably have them around 20. I can't be fussed about that. Who are the other 2?
Cincinnati. And
Cincinnati.
Tennessee.
Battle's okay, but yeah,
yeah, Pittsburgh, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, Kansas City.
Indianapolis. Yeah, I can't fight with any of that because Indy's only got Halsey. I'm not high in
Right.
anything else, and you haven't
Mhm.
seen him. Yeah, okay. Wow,
We're
pretty-
believing in Halsey. Don't get me wrong, but
The only fuss I have so far is I think I would have been a little higher on New England just because I like Woodson so much. But yeah, carry
Fair.
on.
Tennessee is 20, San Francisco 19, and the Giants and Buffalo.
Tennessee, Winston, and Hooker. Yeah, dude, I can't. Dude, safeties are weak all of a sudden.
The back half is a bit rough, there's no doubt.
Buffalo. Man, I'd have. Damn, Buffalo's probably the best team so far.
Yeah,
'Cause I
Buffalo
like
is the
Bishop
best
a
team
lot. I
so
like the
far.
potential of Kilgore. I don't give a shit about CJ.
Right, that's one of the
Johnson.
reasons why I have them where they're at is because CJ is just a waste of space for me.
Who are the other
And
two?
if he's, the other two in this grouping is New York and the Giants in San Francisco.
Okay, okay, Dan. Now I'm getting a little fiery.
Go ahead.
San Francisco. What number are you on for San Fran?
18.
Yeah,
19,
they're
sorry, 19.
San Francisco is in my top 12. Brown's way better than either of us thought he would be, and I like Mustafa a lot, and some might even count
Mustafa's been
Stout
hurt.
in that group, but I don't care. He's been a beast when he's on the field. I'd have them close to 12. Giants are top 10 probably for me.
I like Newman, but not as big of a fan of Holland.
Man,
And yeah.
I like Newman a lot. I like Holland a lot.
Mm-hmm. I'm just saying.
But Holland's a little, yeah, they'd probably be in there.
Okay. 19, we did that. Yep, okay, up here we are. 16, Philadelphia, because again, I'm not counting DeJean as part of that. 15, Tampa. 14, Carolina. And then the Chargers are 13.
Philly, Carolina, Tampa, Chargers. Philly, let's start there. Man, dude, I like Makuba a lot, but who else are you? Did you factor in Cooper in this? Because
No, Cooper's in.
I'm not high.
No, like I said, Cooper's in the corner group. That's why they're not higher.
What number are you at for Philly?
16.
Yeah,
So they're
I would
smack
have.
in the
I'd
middle.
have them. I'd have them lower.
Mhm.
Who? We said Chargers in there too.
Tampa, Carolina, Chargers.
Okay, so I got to focus on Tampa. Tyke Smith's been better than we thought, and I love Winfield. I know he's been dinged up a little bit. Tampa is definitely got in my top 12, I think.
See, I feel like you're going off this year more than 3-year windows here, man.
No, I think they're fine. Tyke Winfield's got 3 years. It's a safety. They can play easily, and yeah, he'll be fine.
You're hoping.
Chargers, I think we're okay. What number you got the Chargers at?
Charger at 15. 14?
Yeah,
14.
dude, I'd have
13.
them.
Just kidding.
Oh, because the
moving
Derwin's
up.
in here. Okay,
Derwin's
I'm
in there,
looking
yeah.
at Jefferson and Molden, and I'm like, dude, that's awful. But if
No,
you,
that's not good, but Derwin is so good
I'll
that I
just
had
keep
to put
him
them
in
top half.
yeah, I'll keep them around 16 for the
Sure.
top. They got to be top half too. Who else did I forget in there? Tampa? No, we did Tampa. I
We
got
did
offended.
Tampa. It's Carolina.
Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, golly. No, dude. They're in the bottom half for sure. Like, I'm talking like down in the mid 20s.
No, wait a minute. Why?
Morig's okay. Scott, are you factoring in like Scott already or something?
Yeah, Scott's
I don't
a
like
safety for Carolina. So he
Yeah,
has
he's
to be
also
factored
a
in.
rookie.
No,
Isn't it Keontae Scott is who they have?
no, Daniel Scott.
Oh, no. Either way, I'm not. No, they're in the 20s.
No,
Super
Nick
out
Scott,
on that.
sorry. Nick Scott. Zakee Wheatley is their the rookie.
Yeah,
of
the Penn
Penn
State guy. Yeah,
Yeah, no, they had Nick Scott.
No.
He played really well with the
the Colts. No,
Yeah.
I'm they're somewhere around the 20 range. No, I can't do that.
You're dumb.
Who else? All right, that's that whole group. So you offended me with Tampa. Well
Yeah.
done.
Well, I've offended you a couple
You
different
offended me
times
with Tampa and the Giants so far.
there. Oh, I offended you with Carolina the other way. So there you go. All right,
Yes,
12.
True.
Top 12. Jacksonville, Dallas, Cleveland, and Green Bay.
Jacksonville, Johnson, Murray, Husky. Okay, I'm not arguing against that. They got my boy Jalen Husky in there. I don't
Right.
care if he's a rookie. Johnson's been better than we thought too. You said Cleveland, Delpit, Hickman, and Emmanuel O'Neal Warren. You didn't even like him.
No, because he's a backup. Delpit and Hickman
Yeah,
are solid.
I'd have them around 16, so I can't
Mhm.
get too fussed, I guess. Who else did you say other than Jacksonville and
Dallas.
Cleveland?
Because they have
Dallas.
Caleb Downs.
Oh,
Emily
as I
Cooker's
say,
all right.
I have Dallas way lower, but I was factoring.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't have Downs in there in my
No,
head.
I refuse to make Downs a corner. I'm sorry. He's a safety.
Yeah, I will. Dang, I hate their other safeties. So
I
I'm
know.
fine with them being
But
around
that's
12.
why
They just feel like
Downs
a
is up there.
classic 13. And then who'd you say?
Okay.
Green Bay?
Green Bay, yeah, with
Yeah,
McKinney and Williams.
Green Bay's got a shot.
Annoyingly
Yeah, they're
good.
definitely top 12. Yeah, McKinney and Williams are good. I can't argue with
Annoyingly
that.
good. All right.
Yep.
Top 8. Chicago's at 8. Denver's 7. Detroit is 6. Houston's 5. And Detroit obviously is at 6 instead of 1 because we have no freaking clue who's going to be back there or where they're going to be. But I still had to factor in that they're both hopefully going to be playing this year. And we don't know the future of either of them.
Well,
so Detroit would be number 1 if it was healthy guys and we knew that they'd both be there for 3 years. But
Detroit is my number 2, and they would be my number 2, even if health. And I'll explain later who my number 1 is. We'll see. So I guess I get that out of the way. Detroit, yeah, it's scary. 2, it could be lower than 2 because, I mean, Branch isn't going to play the full season. I don't know if Kirby can get back or not. We'll see. There's a lot of up in the air. It could go way down. You know what I mean? Denver, man, I don't know. They're like really close to the top 12. I don't think they could be in the top 12. They're definitely top 16.
Really?
I like Hufanga a lot. But I'm not factoring in Barron in this group. Jones, I mean, are you that high on Jones?
I think Jones is better than you give him credit for. And I still like J.L. Skinner.
Well,
just like I still like Simmons on Carolina. So
Chicago, Thieneman, can't argue with him. Let him 12. And they got Kobe Bryant. Is that their other guy now?
Yeah. Yeah, so I figured the two of those guys deserve to be, pushing the top
I'm fine.
8.
I'm fine with them and being in the top 12.
Right.
Who's the third one that I'm missing? Houston? Oh, man. Houston's
good.
Top 6 for me.
Yeah, they're 5 for me. So
Bullock and Blankenship, yeah, they're top. They're up there. They're probably top 4 for me. Houston's probably top 4.
5 for me. So Atlanta is 4. We'll use one at a time here to wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
Seattle's at 3. Gives him out of worry. And then top 2, it's the Rams and Baltimore at 1.
I have Baltimore at 1 as well. That's so I guess
Kyle Hamilton.
No complaints with any of that. So I guess I'll just try to say my top 6 off the top of my head.
Okay.
Baltimore would be 1. Detroit would be 2 with an asterisk.
Right.
3 would be Seattle. Because, dude, Manowari, Love, Bud Clark. They're 3 Seattle.
Believing Bud Clark is going to come in and step up, yeah.
4 for me would be 4 and 5 are Atlanta and Houston,
right,
in some order, and then 6 would be the Rams. That's my top 6, and I'll say this: I'm not going to go through them all, but the next 2 might be the Giants and Green Bay. Green Bay might be 7.
I agree with you on Green Bay being in that range. I don't with the Giants. Sorry, bud.
Yeah, I like Newman a lot.
I do like Newman too, but yeah, we'll see where they'll end up. So that gives us a run through all of it. And looking at my little colorful sheet here, Miami is going to be terrible. That much I can guarantee you. The Vegas defense is going to be very rough, which is going to give Mendoza plenty of run to try to figure out how to play quarterback in the NFL. Jacksonville's defense is probably better than I thought I would give them credit for because they've got
what teams like that for me
in the top 12. What's that?
Miami's defense is better than I would give them credit for because I like their linebackers a lot.
You do.
Corners for a team that I thought was going to be 32. They can't be 32 with Johnson and Juju. I mean, it's not high. But I know because I just looked at Miami and I'm thinking, okay, this team's the worst across the board.
Yeah.
And it's just not. Like their edge rushers are
their highest
at the
group
bottom.
for me is 28, though. So I still have them overall.
The linebackers I'm high on. I like Brooks and Rodriguez.
Well, that is my highest group for them. They have 28 in linebackers. So
there you go.
But yeah, it's kind of been a fun thought exercise to sort of to break things down and get there. But what else stands out to you before we wrap up this and get into college stuff next week?
I mean, outside of Miami, like I said, I mean, granted, being way down there and they're being an awful team, they just had some better players than I really thought until we did this. But I'd also say that, wow, the depth on defense across the board. Like, doesn't it feel like when you get the elite edge rushers, there's a fall off? You get elite, like even finding a true elite D lineman, it feels like you've got a wide open debate for the D tackles. Linebackers, it's kind of a wide open debate, like because Fred Warner's not the guy anymore, and Is Jack Campbell the next guy? Who knows? And corners, feels like there's a lot of pretty damn good corners out there for sure. But safety, I feel like there's a fall off too.
There you go.
It's weird.
Yeah, and that's part of the fun. It's like, so that bottom half looks really dodgy. Well, to help all of those teams out, we are going to help y'all figure out who you should be looking at from every team, and I mean that every team in college football coming in next year. So we are going to find our way over the next couple of weeks through literally 130 some odd teams and talk about at least one player from everyone. We'll see what happens next time. We'll get you there with